Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. I'm here with Maheen.
Hello.
By the way, if you hear any static in the background, it's just our baby camera set up for Idris. So if he starts crying or something, we'll have to pause the video and go check up on him. But he was pretty tired, so hopefully he'll sleep through this. So we'll see. But today I thought we'd do a fun little video. Since I'm catching up on all my Power Rangers reviews, specifically lately been posting Lightning Collection reviews again, which I'm very excited about. So today, we're taking a break from Lightning Collection reviews, but this is a Lightning Collection related video, and then the reviews will resume tomorrow. And I thought it'd be fun to do a My Wife Reacts to Lightning Collection video. Do you know what Lightning Collection is?
No. Is there a Thunder Collection?
Is there a Thunder Collection? There is not. There is a Thunder Ranger, but that's a whole different thing. Yeah. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to show her. I'm not showing her everything in the Lightning Collection. There's too much there, but I'm going to show her a bunch of stuff, mostly things from seasons that she's seen, and then maybe a couple of things that are not out yet that I might just show pictures of. So, basically, just to recap your Power Rangers experience, the first season you saw was Time Force, right? And what do you think of Time Force?
I really like that one. Time Force, I think it was actually honestly my favorite out of, all of them.
Okay. Any specific characters or things that you liked, or something that was memorable, or?
Just I thought it was a really interesting concept, like the time travel, and I liked the Pink Ranger, how she was, like, she wasn't the leader, but she almost was one.
Yeah, she pretty much was the leader. Jen was cool. Okay, and then you saw Dino Thunder.
Yeah.
What do you think of Dino Thunder?
That one was good. I didn't like it as much. I liked the Yellow Ranger. She was cool, but I mostly liked that Tommy was in it. That was cool that he made a return for that.
Yeah, which is interesting because Dino Thunder was your first introduction to Tommy versus the original, so you kind of went backwards on that, but that's interesting that you like Tommy. And then we jumped to Mighty Morphin Season 1, and we've watched, I think, up to episode 6 or so of Season 2 we're watching today. So what do you think of Mighty Morphin?
I like it a lot, but I think a lot of the reason why I like it so much plays into, like, that 90s nostalgia and, like that show, like, the kinds of shows that they had back then. I think that's part of it, but also just because it's just, it's just a fun show. Yeah. It's corny, yes, and all that, but, like, I think it's still enjoyable.
Nice. So, alright, so that's her experience. So, before we jump into Lightning Collection, just a little background. The toys were always done by Bandai America, ever since the show started, up until just a couple years ago. So Bandai was like, they made the toys. And in the last few years that Bandai made the toys, they had what they called...
Sorry.
What?
I thought of a joke.
Wait, what's your joke?
So Bandai makes all these toys, but they don't make dice because it's Bandai.
This is what I have to deal with, guys. Alright, so in the last few years of Bandai, they made the Legacy Collection, they called it, which is like, every year you make toys, they get better and better. So Legacy Collection was like, these are the best action figures that Bandai has made for Power Rangers. So I'll just show you a quick sample of like what we got from Bandai. At the time, we were like, ooh, this is like the best Power Ranger stuff. So, at the time, like, here's Mighty Morphin Red Ranger.
I can see, if you're a little kid, you're gonna, like, see this action figure and be like, well, this is cool, because, like, it's got the, the arm moves around, woo, and the bendy elbows. And it what is it, points of articulation or something? Like, at the elbows, shoulders, wrists. Like, it's not just, like, standard where it's just, like, I could, like, a little kid who's a fan of Power Rangers, or like I can see this satisfying them and collectors alike. So, yeah, this is pretty good for. And were these like collectors ones, or were these just the standard?
These were like $20 each, whatever. So they had like standard action figures that were a little smaller, and then these were. I mean, yeah, they're for kids, but they're also marketed towards collectors.
Yeah, and $20, yeah, it's pricey, but not completely out of the ballpark for a child.
And so then some other ones in the Mighty Morphin line, obviously, like you have your Kimberly, Trini. So, what do you think of the proportions of some of these figures?
Okay, well...
And yeah.
There is unnecessary features on the girl ones. it's just not necessary, especially because like they are so it's gear. I guess these are geared more so towards the adult collectors, but the point is that these were supposed to be teenagers in high school, therefore they were underage. And the thing is, when you consider it in real life, like how an actual like suit like this would be, it wouldn't look like this. So that's a criticism I have, but that's probably
and like the guys thing. Like look at how many abs and stuff they had. Like
meanwhile,
like
their
steroids,
wrists,
basically.
Their waist is like the same width as their head, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. So, you know, this was a common thing with Bandai. Kind of overly stylized action figures in a way. Like, they didn't really look human, necessarily. But, you know, we got a lot of figures in that line. I don't know if there's any that I really want to highlight beyond those. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. So, yeah, that was Legacy Collection. So then in comes Hasbro. They get the toy license, and not only get the toy license, they purchase the franchise. Hasbro owns Power Rangers. And so they've created the Lightning Collection. So I'm going to show you a few figures in the Lightning Collection and get your thoughts as well. So, first and foremost, we're going to go in order of seasons that she has seen. Here is Time Force Red, right here. Here's Wes.
Okay.
Pretty much same price point. And you get a bunch of accessories. So usually, I'm not going to go accessory by accessory, but like, these are the types of accessories that you can get, like little effects pieces that you can, you know, put on the swords and guns, and usually you get a couple different hands you can swap out and stuff. You know.
I do like the posing because, you know, the way the Power Rangers are, the way you see the show, there's like the flips and there's like there's a posing that they do for like 5 minutes before going into battle that in that time they could have been defeated by the enemy. But, I mean, you know, it's cool. So I like how like the action figures also do it. Because it's like if they can do it on the show, and obviously any kid and the collectors also are going to want, you know, action figures that they can pose like they do on the show. If they couldn't do that, I feel like that would take away from it. And people are like, wait a second, they do all these cool things on the show and I can't even do it with this action figure? That would suck.
And proportion-wise, do you notice something different about these?
It's much more realistic.
Right? And like, look at how they molded in like the wrinkles in the suit and stuff.
And there's no overly emphasized abs. It's more realistic. It's definitely more realistic.
So imagine we saw these. We were very happy as fans. Like, this is like,
this is cool.
You know, one of the coolest Power Rangers action figures. And personally, one of my favorite things about these is almost every single one of these comes with a civilian head. So, yep, you can pop off. Some of them are a little tight.
It's a twist.
Yeah, you just pop it off. Twist. And you have a little Wes head. It just takes a little bit of effort for some of these.
Yeah. But I like that. Especially because the heads are really detailed. Like, that's really good. And I feel like this is a good deal for $20 because you get the accessories.
Hey, to be fair, some of them now are like $22, $23, but still.
Yeah. And the head has a lot of detail. So, and this is geared towards adults and, you know, children, which I think it's great. Obviously, they have to have the detail because of the adult collectors. But I really am not a fan of when, like, the manufacturers of children's toys think that just because it's for kids, they don't have to put in details and stuff into the product. Like, they're lazy. It's like lazy. The paint job won't be great, or there's things missing, or things that are obviously incorrect. It's just like, just because it's for kids, I feel like those details shouldn't be missing, or shouldn't be like, basically shouldn't be lazy. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so pretty much we've never, like, aside from, maybe there might be a couple random instances, but aside from, like, the very original toys, I don't know if I ever showed you that, like, flip their heads.
Yeah, and those
have civilian heads, but we've never had, in the entire, like, 20-something years of Power Rangers, toys that, like, consistently have their faces on it.
And those head flipping
aside from random things like that.
Maybe, I don't think I ever properly played with them, but I do remember, like, flipping the heads as, like, a little kid. I don't know if I don't think my brothers had them, but maybe, like, when I went over friends' houses, they had it in, like, their general toy box or something, like, maybe my friends' brothers or something had them, because I do have memories of, like, seeing those and flipping their heads, because I thought that was cool, even though I didn't care about Power Rangers when I was younger.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, let's keep going through the toys now. So now we're in Lightning Collection. I'm just going to show you a bunch of the Lightning Collection stuff. So right now with Time Force, I think that's the only Time Force Ranger we have. I'm very surprised we don't have Jen yet. She's one of the most popular Power Rangers. I'm just expecting that to happen. So for Dino Thunder, we have your red and white Rangers for Dino Thunder, your Connor and Trent. And yes, you have your, civilian heads for Connor and Trent. I don't think that looks like Connor at all. I just reviewed this one the other day.
The detail is good, but I feel like the expression's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It looks like he's trying to be... It looks like he's trying to be serious, but he's holding in laughter.
I feel like Trent is pretty good, though.
Trent is good, but okay, am I wrong? Am I the only one who thinks he's trying to look like a guy who's trying to look serious, but is holding in his laughter and trying not to laugh? Like, it's a serious situation. He's like, oh, I can't laugh.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
it kind of does look like that.
To me.
But yeah, so these are, action figures. Overall, again, I feel like they did a really good job with the detail, paint, and stuff, so we're pretty happy with these. A couple of minor little things, but the when the White Ranger came out, they actually didn't have the black outline around his helmet. It was a Walgreens exclusive, and it looked terrible.
Walgreens exclusive?
There's some random, But they actually, you could contact Hasbro and get a replacement helmet, so they fixed it, and now it looks good. But yeah, Dino Thunder, right here. So that's it for those seasons. Now I want to get into, there's a lot of Mighty Morphin. Obviously, Mighty Morphin's the original. They're going to milk that and go crazy with Mighty Morphin. So we have Zordon right here. And he lights up.
Oh, that's cool. It'd be cool if there was a sound also, but this is cool enough. Like, I think anyone would like this. And this also has good detail. There's like wrinkles. You see little hairs in his eyebrows. He's got his eyes look properly like eyes and everything. You see all the features and stuff. So this is pretty cool. Now, I have my criticism of this guy. I know people who watch the show and grew up watching it have criticisms of it, and I definitely get why, because
Zordon doesn't tell them anything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have Alpha 5 as well.
This, I really like Alpha. I like this one. I just the colors are fun, and Alpha's just a fun character.
Yeah, Alpha's pretty cool. So we have those. Then we have some villains. So let's bring in Goldar. So there's two different versions of Goldar. There's one with his wings, and then the one they released later without the wings, that maybe is a little bit more paint, kind of updated a little. So kind of two different versions. But yeah, we have Goldar.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's some. It looks like this one might be slightly bigger. Yeah. Because, look, this part is bigger.
I think they're similar. It's just the coating of paint and stuff. But yeah, really the big thing is they wanted one with the wings, one without the wings. Because one was sold as a GameStop exclusive, I think, and then one was a regular release. So I want to say the wings one was a GameStop exclusive, and then if you just bought Goldar at any other store, you didn't have the wings.
Well, for this one, you can sort of see the red paint through this gold part up here. Sort of the meshy looking part. So that's kind of okay, could they not have done a second coat of paint or something? And it's not just there. It's on the chest and on the sides and on the arms also. Is it supposed to be like that? Or
I think that's, they just did a deeper coating of paint or something.
Yeah. Whereas this, it's covered up. You can't really see the red. You can, feel like you can a little bit, but not completely. Which I feel like is good for the one with the wings. Yeah. And I like the posability of the wings. Yeah,
articulation on these has been pretty solid. There's a lot that you can do with them, a lot that you can pose. He looks pretty accurate to the show, pretty menacing. So, pretty happy with how the Goldar figure turned out.
Yeah, they did a really good job of painting his teeth. It's not messy, it's neat, it's within the teeth. It doesn't go onto the lips or anything.
Yeah. No. Then,
Putties.
We have, let me put some of these back in the thing to save space. Some Putties, and there was a 2-pack, there was some other release, so different variations of the paint stripes on these basically. And they all would come with interchangeable hands, so you could also have ones with the fists and these little sword thingies. So you could really buy packs of Putties and army build.
That's really cool because it's what kid wouldn't want to do that? What collector wouldn't want to do that? How especially if you're a collector and you're taking pictures of having them pose. The Power Rangers facing off one 1 or 2 putties is going to be nothing against the Power Rangers facing off like 6 or 10 putties, which is what you see in the show.
Yeah.
Or even more.
And then, of course, just recently, we have the Z putties with the giant Z on their chest.
The Z putties, they're stronger, but they have a huge weak point. Because,
yeah. So I just opened this one up recently. And, again, different effects pieces they have. This one does have an effects piece that, like, goes over the chest.
Ooh.
So it's almost like you're blasting the Z. Kind of like
cool.
that. So you can, like, pose it like he's being blown up or something.
They do a whole stop motion with these things.
Oh, I think there are people that have done it.
Ooh,
There's very skilled people out there that have done it.
Because, like, they give you everything. They've got the effects and, like...
Yeah.
The action figures themselves are very posable, and you've got the putties and everything. And the realistic heads.
We're watching Idris because he just rolled a little. But no, I think he went back to sleep. So then they had a 2-pack of Rita, Repulsa, and Lord Zedd. Now, Rita Repulsa, traditionally, her action figures, there have been very few that have been released, and they've been not that great. But this one, though, I love the detail and like the cloth like thing they used for it versus plastic.
A Tomb Raider style chest plate was an interesting choice, but you know, it's a kind of amusing.
That's from the show, to be fair.
Yeah. Just you could poke an eye out with that, darn. But yeah, I really like that, and I like her expression. I like how they're not like she's a woman; she has to have a pretty expression or a neutral expression, because you know she is a villain, and most of the time she is like scowling or screaming or like cackling or something like that. So I do like that her expression is like that. Would it have been the same situation if she were like, yeah? I mean, if she were a good character, obviously she wouldn't be making expressions like this, but I do like how they daren't feel the need that just because it's a woman that's like, oh, she's a woman, she has to look, you know, not be scowling or making this face. Oh, focus. There you go. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really cool. And I like her staff, which they're also pretty detailed on. Her expression is great. Her teeth are all very well painted. They've got the lines, the gold lines at the bottom of her headpiece are also like nicely painted, and there's like doesn't really seem, it's not a sloppy paint job.
Yeah, this set came with a bunch of cool accessories too. I'm not going to get into details because, by the way, Maheen's only a couple episodes into season 2, so there are little spoilers here and there in case she continues watching. Oh, hold on, my camera is dying. I need to start a new file. Okay, there we go. We're back. And so I'm not going to say too much about all that. You guys know what I'm talking about, what the 2-pack was all about. But here is the Lord Zedd figure as well.
Ooh. Okay, so I know he's supposed to be some like guy who's like inside out because like he like had his skin peel off or something. What is this?
These are all the tubes that he has all over him. I don't know.
Keep him healthy.
I guess for whatever reason, but
okay,
yeah.
But yeah, this is really cool. Again, very detailed. I feel like you don't get action figures like this anymore or much for the price that you're getting these for, or used to get these for.
Yeah, that's Lord Zedd.
I mean, definitely is creepy looking.
Yeah. So now we'll get into the actual Mighty Morphin team. So let's just start off with Jason right here, Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, and here are the 2 different faces that you have.
Oh, that's cool. I like how there's 2 extras, and
now,
these look...
to be fair, some of these came in different packs and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, since I collected them all...
I will say, okay, the smile is great, because it's just like, you know, you just sometimes with the men in action roles, you don't see them smile. Like, this is a great smile. I like it. It's warm and it's inviting. And then there's this. It's just like, really? Who is that politician? Ted something?
Oh, Ted Cruz. That kind of does look like Ted Cruz.
Doesn't it look like Ted Cruz?
That's funny. Oh, God.
You just, I don't know, I feel like...
You're taking the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, one of my most favorite... Well, actually, to be fair, the actor is pretty much like a Trump supporter and all that.
And he looks like a young Ted Cruz. Like, does he not? He really does. Yeah. But I feel like the smile is great. This could have been a better expression. Like, maybe him, like, with, like, a battle expression on or something. Something like that. Instead of just, like, looking sad. He just looks sad.
Yeah.
Tiring.
And so, again, just to compare, we have Legacy and Lightning Collection side by side. You can definitely see the difference in style of figures now, right?
Like the body isn't so much like a inverted triangle. It's more proportional. There's no overemphasis on the abs. Because it's like,
Yeah.
we really don't need that. No one needs an overemphasis on the abs and like a skin hugging and like the tights. So yeah, it's just not necessary. Okay, you have a 6-pack, we don't care. It doesn't like, what clothing are you wearing that like goes into the crevices of the abs? What piece of clothing does that unless it's painted on?
Yeah.
And maybe there is clothing like that.
And then we have an armored version for where the couple times he had the actual shield.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that.
So I like all the accessories and the holster and his gun. It's cool.
And by the way, all their weapons do combine to form the big cannon just like they do in the show.
That's cool.
In fact, as we get these, I'll start to build the weapons. Okay, so we have that. We have Zach right here, Black Ranger.
Imagine if I did the sound effects for Power Rangers.
Oh, God. So here is
it would be great.
Zach. We have this, and
I would get an Oscar for my work.
And there was a Walgreens exclusive one with the shield too for like the one
Why
episode
of all places,
that he had that.
Walgreens.
They have like
Why?
I don't know, a couple collectors things. I don't know.
Anyway.
And so because they had 2 different Black Ranger figures, there's 2 different heads. One from like season 1 and one from later style. I don't think you've seen him with the style yet.
Wait,
Zach.
Zach. Oh, oops. Oh, Billy's the Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like this hair. I like this hair. Is this supposed to be dreads or something?
I think, yeah. You'll see it later in season 2 or 3. I forget exactly when he... No, season 2, because then he leaves later. Yeah, anyways. She knows about them leaving, the actors and stuff. I did tell her about that stuff. Alright, so that is Zach. And he has his axe, of course, power axe. Cool. So we'll save this to build the...
What if I stuck all their heads on my fingers?
No. And then we have Billy right here.
Aww, Billy.
And
he's so nerdy and sweet.
His power lance in the like long form from the hold and the smaller
Are there not 2 heads?
attached.
Okay, so Zach has...
No, because he had 2 different Black Ranger figures. Remember? The Red Ranger,
okay.
There's 2 different ones that released. Black Ranger, 2 different ones. So all the other ones, there's only one release.
I liked how the glasses are like separate from his face. They're not like painted on or anything. They're like completely stuck on. Like it's like yes, it is attached to his head, but it's still like separate at all points except where it is.
It would have looked
attached.
really weird if they like tried to
really
mold
cool.
that into his face. I think so. I'm glad, they did that.
And he's got his eyes, like the eyes are blue. I guess blue. It looks like as they are in the show, I suppose. So yeah, I like that. It's great that they gave him like. They're not shortchanging you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I'm seeing that. Oh, and his little puff chin they even did.
All right, and then of course we have Trini.
Oh, she even has like some blush on her cheeks. It looks like. Yeah, she does. Very nice. Almost looks like there's some like little hairs in her eyebrows, but I can't tell for sure because my eyes won't let me tell. But yeah, that's cool. Oh, there we go.
I'll take the daggers while you're doing that.
Yeah. So Trini and Kimberly?
Yep.
Are definitely
Kimberly
my
is
favorites.
the next one coming up.
Well, anyway, that's Trini.
You got it.
Sort of. Oh, look at that.
I love posing them like this with like their helmet kind of, like that. Because then you get like the heads and then the helmet.
Yeah, I will maybe, okay, I think the one thing I would say the arms are very, very skinny. Like.
They are better than Bandai's,
They
but
are,
yeah.
but it's quite skinny. But that's like the only thing. I feel like it's very minor.
Alright, and then we have Kimberly.
Kimberly, yay. Aw.
It's a little bit of a forced, like, it looks kind of like a forced smile or something. But it's not one of the greatest heads they've done, but yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, the doll itself is very more proportional. There's not, her shirt is like a shirt would be for most people, and like how it is on the show. Right,
while you're doing that, I'll grab the bow and I'll start to combine the weapons. If if I can remember how it all attaches together. I think so. So this goes here. Okay. And then we have... I forget what's on the inside, if it's the yellow ones or the blue ones. Oops. I'll grab that in a second. So I'm just going to assume the yellow ones are on the inside. If I have that wrong, I apologize. But y'all get the idea. Okay, and we're going to attach this. Okay. And sword sits right on top. So here we have the combined power cannon.
Oh, that's cool.
Or power blaster, whatever it's called. But yeah, so that's a fun thing. I'm glad they did that with the toys, that you could actually combine them. All right.
Yep.
So, of course, now we have
Tommy.
Mr. Tommy himself right here. Now, we have a couple different Tommy heads from different toys, so this is the one that came with this one, with the green bandana and stuff. Because he's always got his karate tournaments that he's disappearing off to. But yeah.
Kind of almost looks like he's pouting a little bit. Like, it looks like his lips are still, but just a little bit. But I feel like that's something I noticed initially. It almost looked like his cheeks were a little puffed out or something. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah. There's Tommy. Now, Tommy, this is a little bit... I mean, you know this is happening. I've spoiled a few things for her just to keep her interested in the show. But you know he becomes the White Ranger. You haven't seen that yet in the show, but here is... This was actually the first Lightning Collection toy revealed and one of the ones released. They actually had a prototype of this one when I went to Power Morphicon in 2018. When they unveiled the Lightning Collection there when I was at the convention. They had this on display.
Oh,
and they had...
cool.
This is the Tommy head that he comes with.
Oh, his ponytail. Very cool.
Tommy's head on Saba. Now, speaking of Tommy and a few of the characters, there's the comics. And the comics have some cool things that they've done. There was an alternate universe where... You remember how Tommy was evil and then he turned good? So what if Tommy never turned good and he stayed evil? So he became this character called Lord Draken. And so from the comics universe, he actually was the Green and White Rangers like combined, basically. And so this is like an older Tommy that's like scarred and stuff.
And dirty. Oh no, it's just scars.
Yeah, just like, yeah.
That's
so this
cool,
is like
though.
from the comics, Lord Draken. So yeah. So that's the design, basically. And he has different forms in the comics. So one of his later forms looks like this.
Cool.
And so you can see another head that they have him with.
He got a silver highlights.
I like his head on this one.
And his veins turn
it's
gray.
like scar.
So what is that? Oh, is it scars or is it like his veins have something silver running through them?
I forget it. I think he just got like corrupted with so much power and stuff. Now the cool thing is the actor for this did like a photo shoot and did a mini little short film dressed up like this.
Cool.
So there are actually pictures of him kind of like in a suit like this too, which is cool. They even released a whole set because he would like destroy a ton of Power Rangers and steal their powers. So they have a set of him where he could stand next to like a bunch of like destroyed helmets of the other Rangers. So they like actually released like that too and everything.
That's really cool.
And as part of this comic series, he took Kimberly in that universe and turned her evil under a spell, and she was the Ranger Slayer. So this is the Ranger Slayer design compared to the normal Pink Ranger.
Oh, that's really cool. I like this design. That's cool.
I don't know if you remember when Tommy was evil, he had this sword of darkness. So she has the bow of darkness, basically, to kind of
Did they love each other when they were evil?
I don't think there was, if I remember correctly. I mean, she was, like loyal to him or whatever. But yeah.
By the way, I am bitter about the fact that Tommy winds up with somebody else and not Kimberly in the future seasons. Who is this lady?
I told her about it. She doesn't know who Kat is yet.
Actually,
her. So if you want to know who that
Kimberly.
person is, so that's all the toys that I wanted to show you. These aren't all the Lightning Collection. There's like so many other ones they've released of like one of my favorite villains, Astronema. They have stuff from Beast Morphers. They have like Psycho Rangers, which are evil rangers from In Space. So many different ones that they have. Space. But there's a couple I haven't opened yet. Speaking of which, the one that Tommy ends up getting with, who, when Kimberly leaves, she passes on her powers to Kat. Or Catherine.
I don't like her.
Maheen really loves Kimberly. So this is like they have different metallic rangers in the show. They actually get metallic armor, which is basically just like shiny, glittery versions of their suits. That's in like season 3 or whatever. Okay. So they're actually gonna release metallic versions of all the rangers.
I will try to watch when she comes in without being.
Kat's pretty cool. I gotta say
But we'll see. Cool. We'll see.
So there's Kat.
I'm gonna try and not have a bias against her when she enters the show.
And another character that you might be familiar with from Dino Thunder, we have Ethan. And this is the packaging, by the way. Really cool artwork and stuff too. So this is little Lightning really Collection nice stuff.
I like that. And I like all the accessories and stuff.
And as far as villains go, you might not remember King Sphinx, or maybe you do. I don't know. They released some like larger scale monsters. Familiar. And this one you might remember, Pumpkin Wrapper.
Oh yeah.
They even have pumpkins that you can attach on the heads of the different managers.
That's really cool. Because I just remember they've got the pumpkins stuck in their head. They're trying to like get them off, and it's like been made into a GIF or a GIF, whatever you call it. And the people have like turned it into a meme.
Yeah. So there's those, and then I'll just show you a couple quick pictures of some of the other ones that are coming that you might be interested in. And then we'll kind of wrap this up. They're actually doing this like exclusive version. No, that's not the one. Where's the one? All right, let me go to a next page. Oh, so there's a 2-pack of Yellow Ranger and Scorpina. So we're actually going to get a Scorpina figure. You remember Scorpina from season 1 for a bit? I don't know if you remember her. She was one of the villains with Rita.
Oh yeah, I think she like got defeated quickly though, right?
I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, so she's around. You don't know those guys.
Okay, so I don't know what season this was in, but wasn't there like an episode or a movie or something where Rita gets married to someone? I feel like I remember seeing a clip of it, at least on YouTube.
Spoilers. Do I tell you? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not that big.
Because I remember.
So remember, I was talking about how there's a 2-pack, which was Rita and Lord Zedd. So Rita and Lord Zedd get married, and so they have accessories. They actually had a wedding cake accessory. And stuff too,
that's cool. Because I remember the song that they played was like, I guess a Hebrew song or something, and it's just like it was just so interesting because it's like, why is this the song you guys chose for their wedding? Like, what are they Jewish?
So that I think that might be in season 2. Weird, yeah. So you'll see it. That's coming up.
I don't know how I saw that, but I did.
Yeah. So there's a 2-pack of Kimberly and Kat.
Oh, Kat has a cat.
Actually, no. Sorry, it's Kat and Kat. There's 2 versions of Kat. When Kat was Pink Ranger, and then Kat was Pink Zeo.
And she has a pet cat.
So she transformed into a cat when she appeared and stuff. That's interesting. And her name is Catherine. I mean, yeah. There's actually a like cell-shaded Pink Ranger, kind of like from the comics. So it like looks like that.
Okay.
So that's something that's going to be coming out soon. What else would you be interested in? iGuy. Do you remember iGuy?
Oh yeah.
So they've announced if this thing will load, a toy of
Does iGuy ever say I've got my eye on you?
His eye can actually open and close, like blink too. It's kind of creepy. Cool. And then, so this is kind of cool. This is from the comics. This is the last thing I want to show you. Is they had a crossover comic of. I know you saw the episode of In Space with Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles. I think. Do you remember the Ninja Turtles thing?
Yeah.
But
the Red Ranger was really angry and like.
Yeah. So I did show her that, and that was based off of the one with Venus and all that from the Fox Kids show. But based on the original, 4 Ninja Turtles, there's a comic book crossover 6-issue miniseries that's Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, and the Ninja Turtles become Power Rangers, like they get their powers and stuff in the series. So they've announced toys just recently of those.
Oh, I think I want to read these comics now.
I have them all. But like here's like the Ninja Turtle Rangers. You see, they're like Power Rangers that are like Ninja
That's
Turtle-esque.
interesting looking.
So this is Leonardo and Donatello.
It's not bad. It's different.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And so then they have Michelangelo is yellow, and then they have April O'Neil as the Pink Ranger. So she actually has a camera accessory.
That's cool.
So they have.
Well,
they do come with their Ninja Turtle heads too.
I do remember. That's funny. There was a female Ninja Turtle. Do you guys remember?
Venus. Yeah. That was from the Fox Kids show.
Okay.
So this is more based on like the classic Ninja Turtles
right.
without Venus. And then there's Raphael and Tommy was a member of the Foot Clan, the Foot Soldier.
Oh no.
So they have Raphael and then Tommy as a...
let me see if... Why is that his face?
Yeah, he's got a huge grin.
It's kind of
and
creepy.
Foot Soldier
That's like a
Tommy
Joker
and
grin.
stuff. And Shredder actually gets the Green Ranger powers.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
So there's a Shredder Green Ranger.
Ooh.
So
That's
yeah.
cool.
So those are just some of the types of figures coming out soon, that sort of thing. And there's a lot of other ones I didn't show you from seasons you don't recognize. But yeah, what do you think of... So these are like... You may not be familiar, but like Marvel has their Marvel Legends figures. Star Wars has the Black Series in the same kind of price point, same like size, that sort of thing.
That's cool.
So this is their Power Rangers Lightning Collection.
Very nice. Okay. This one is definitely... I love
Ranger
the
Slayer.
Design, the colors, her bow,
You gotta
her
read the
tattered
comics.
cape. It's so cool.
There's a whole story arc called Shattered Grid that she's a part of. It's really, really good. So, yeah. So, what final thoughts on Lightning Collection overall?
Very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. This would appeal to, I think, like collectors, to children, to just casual fans.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm a casual fan and I think it's cool.
Nice. The wife approves. Yes. Well, cool. I wanted to I thought it'd be fun to take a look back through Lightning Collection, get somewhat of an outside perspective on all that from someone who doesn't really collect the toys. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you all think of Lightning Collection. And if there's anyone in your life that maybe is not like a huge Power Rangers fan, have you like shown them any of the toys, gotten their thoughts? I'm curious to know, their thoughts as well. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Maheen, for joining me for this video. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.